Somebody once told me that I look like Bill Murray.
No, dude, you don't look like Bill Murray.
They said a little bit.
Did that person like you?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, was that a friend or foe?
Somebody also told me that I look like Quentin Tarantino.
Who are these people that are around you?
Exactly.
From St. Joseph, Missouri, here is Travis Lee Hartman.
We the circle of trust? Is this? I thought we were in the circle of trust. Is this not the circle of trust?
Well, it's not much of a circle. It's just you and me.
Okay. Well, that's a one-dimensional. I like it. Three-dimensional?
Are we already off track? I tried to go with the cold opener and it didn't work. I'm going to cold open again. We're here, weighing in with Travis Hartman, episode 25. Thanks for joining us. Crazy to think. I'm just going to stare at you the whole time. The whole episode, I'm going to look right into your eyes.
I just want to look into your deep brown,
I feel like we need to restart.
Latino eyes. Can we just talk really soft? Hello, Brandon.
Hello, Travis.
Welcome to Weighing In with Travis Hartman.
I don't know if the mic's picking this up. It probably is. We're here. It's Weighing In with Travis Hartman. We're at episode 25. Thanks for joining us. I can't believe we've been doing this for 25 straight weeks, and the train keeps rolling.
Holy cannoli.
This is the Merry Christmas to You episode. Thank you for joining us.
Merry Christmas.
So if you're not subscribing yet, by all means, do it, or else this guy across the table is going to knock on... Actually, you know what? He's going to get on your rooftop, come down your chimney, put some presents in your stocking, wake you up, and punch you in the stomach.
That's better.
Needs to
be a little nicer.
Until you actually subscribe to our podcast on every medium you can find it. YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes,
Amazon, Spotify.
Everywhere where you find your audio source for podcasts, we are there. But we like the visual stimulant, and I think you do too. These bearded bros who drink bourbon and talk boxing. We are here weighing in with Travis Hartman. I'm going to stop talking in a few seconds, but I want to thank our media partners first. TH Boxing, Gulfstream Financial, as well as IF Enterprises. Thank you for your media support. And Weekend Trav over there. Sippy. That there is Travis Hartman. I am Brandon Waters. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Sunday, or whenever you're watching it. It's probably a Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. Whenever. Christmas morning.
Are you subscribed? Are you subscribed?
If this is Christmas morning for you, this is the best way to start your Christmas.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
I have my Santa hat on. You want to see Santa when you wake up.
I got my Christmas sweater on. Look at this.
I didn't know this was ugly sweater time.
Hey, Christmas sweater, bro. It's ugly sweater day at my church today.
That's why you wore that?
Well, I wore this last year. I only wear this once a year.
I feel like this podcast has turned into a Green Bay Packer fandom of you to tell the world.
I am a fan. I'm happy they're doing well, but even in the bad times, he's
just
still there.
Hanging around.
He's still there. You can't see. I don't know if you can see that.
I feel like halfway through the episode, I am going to take a shot and try to make it fall.
Well, his arm's going to fall. He's going to fall.
Well, he won't break, right? I don't want to break him. I will break you.
Well,
will I break him? No.
No, it's just plastic, bro.
Okay.
Anyways, so Weekend Trav, we're here. We're already getting sidetracked. We want to talk a bit. There was a couple of good cards, both from DAZN over the weekend.
To end the year, bro.
To end of the year. We had talked about it leading up to it. It was seeing Triple G back in action on Friday, and then we saw Canelo Alvarez back in action on Saturday. We're going to walk through your prediction video, walk through the bouts, and then see where the conversation takes us. So I don't want to take up too much more airtime from you because, hey, your name is on the podcast, right?
Hey, Triple G fight was actually here in Florida. It was down in Hollywood, Florida.
Hollywood.
Pretty awesome.
That's right.
We should have went down there.
We should have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
We're busy. We have busy things. We're busy. We're busy men. Busy bees.
Busy, yeah, okay.
And Canelo's fight was in San Antonio, Texas. But I have to stroke my own ego because you are obviously not doing it. I got my predictions right again. 2 for 2. If you checked out my prediction special video, I did a 2 for the price of 1. But I predicted that Triple G would win by 8th round knockout. He won. I think the official listing, if I'm being honest, it goes down to the 7th round knockout. However, the 7th round had ended. They were in the rest period going into the 8th round. And before the 8th round started, they stopped the fight. So I was pretty darn close. But to be completely fair, I watched the fight too. Triple G could have knocked that guy out anytime he wanted. So me and Triple G had a little phone call. I was like, listen, bro, like, you got to stretch it out. I'm calling 8th round. Make me look good. So, like, he was trying because he was like, I was going to go and finish him in the 8th, Travis, if he would have came out. But he didn't even come out from the corner. So I was like, Gennady, thanks, bro, but you made me look kind of bad because I called the 8th, and it was technically the 7th. But I was pretty dang close, Brandon.
Pretty close.
B-Money, that was pretty close. I probably would have made some people a lot of money still.
Yeah.
Because the 7th and 8th is, when you call a knockout round, it pays like a lot more.
Absolutely.
But I called the winner for sure.
I want to hear if anyone actually took your tips from this past prediction video.
I'd like to
and
know
used
that,
it.
actually.
I would like to know that.
I would also like percentage of that.
You should. I don't know about that part. We're not here for monetary gain, nor do we endorse these picks as gospel.
Yeah, they're not guarantees.
No guarantees here. I don't even guarantee that this is going to be a great show.
Listen.
Just kidding, I do.
It's a guaranteed
that's the guarantee. So that was prediction for Triple G, sure.
On Friday.
So but what else did we predict?
We predicted Canelo, and Canelo was fighting Callum Smith, who was 28-0, and was Ring Magazine's super middleweight champion.
Guy looks like a 9-foot tall guy standing next to Canelo.
He's 6'3". Well, he is actually really tall for the weight class. He's 6'3". He's 6'3", 168 pounds. Canelo Alvarez is 5'8", 168 pounds.
The problem with Callum Smith in that fight, though, is that he might be how tall? 6 foot.
3. 6'3".
6'3", but he fought with 3-inch arms, lengthwise.
I mean, he does have a good reach, but he did not use it.
He did not use it at all.
I just had this conversation with an English guy, an English bloke. But I was like, listen, if I'm Callum Smith, he fought the whole entire wrong fight. He did, because you're 6'3". You jab and you move, jab and you move. And from round 1, Canelo was just on his chest. But it made me second guess myself because, like, well, wait, listen. That's how good Canelo is, guys. Yeah. He literally, I think Callum Smith probably had that in their game plan, but Canelo is just, dude, he was relentless. He was constantly, it was like a slow, effective aggression the entire fight. He had his hands up, bobbing, weaving, coming in, count. Like, I think something that most people, I've said it multiple times, that Canelo's defense is underrated. The guy is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. Like, I feel like, yeah, I'm going to say it. I feel like he anticipates punches coming better than anybody in boxing, period. It's not that his reflexes are, like, crazy fast, because they are. I feel like he anticipates and knows what these guys are throwing before they throw it. Like, it's ungodly when you watch it. Like, he's 30 years old now. He's got, I think, almost 60 pro fights. Like, you're waiting for his reflexes and all that to slow down. It's getting better.
Yeah, especially with some time off, too. I mean, it wasn't like...
He was over a year. Yeah. This was his first fight in over a year because of his whole... He had a big... he was signed with DAZN and Golden Boy Promotions, and he finally got out of that contract, but yet he was still fighting on DAZN last night, funny enough. But, yeah, he had a long layoff, which kind of sucked because Canelo is the face of boxing, honestly, in my opinion. He's the big ratings guy, and he proved it last night. Literally, from round 1 until 12, he dominated. Like, he dominated. And this is, if you watched, it wasn't, Callum Smith didn't lay down. Nothing. He fought his butt off.
I'm impressed.
He tried his best.
I'm impressed that he kept it the distance. I mean, he kept it the whole time.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And the funny thing is that Callum has a younger brother, Liam Smith, who fought Canelo already. And Canelo stopped the younger brother in the 9th round with a body shot. So about the 9th round of this fight, I swear, I was like watching it and I was like, oh my God, Canelo hurt him a couple times too. I was like, he's got to have it in his head. Callum Smith was like, I have to last longer than my brother. I got to. And he ended up doing more than that. He ended up going 12 rounds. But the 11th and the 12th round was pretty dicey. Like, Canelo was actually pushing out. Canelo was going for the knockout. You could tell that he was actually pressing the action. Yeah. Like, I wanted to get him out of there. And it's crazy, man, because Canelo's face, like, it looked like he wasn't even in a fight. Yeah. And he fought the best in the world at super middleweight. and like the guy didn't even touch him. It blows my mind. Like, it looked like another level, another class out there. And Callum Smith is the high level elite fighter.
Yeah, Callum Smith, he even said after the fight, it just felt like he was setting up almost everything, and I could not really figure out where to go with that. He said, the game plan was tough because it just felt like Canelo constantly was always setting something else up, and he couldn't read it right. He couldn't read it right. But man, he took the punishment. He took the punishment for 12 rounds.
Dude, and he did really well because I couldn't believe why his face was beat up. Callum Smith's face was really beat up, but he had his hands up, and honestly, I don't remember Canelo landing anything like super, super clean. Callum had a really tight guard most of the fight, and the funny thing it is, and I'll tell you exactly why he had a tight guard the whole entire fight, was I was watching Callum walk back to the locker room after the fight. I'm not even kidding. We were watching with some friends over in Satellite Beach, Florida, and I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, Callum's left arm is bicep. Dude, it was wild. He's like walking, the camera's on him, and I look and I go, oh my gosh, he had a massive like swelling, like almost instantly it started. And it was because Canelo was hitting him in the arms because he had his arms up and he was protecting his body well. But Canelo was just peppering and just hitting the arm as much as he could. And after the fight, Callum actually made a comment and was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that, I tore some muscles or something because Canelo hit it so much. And he said they kind of made it seem like Canelo did it on purpose, trying to hit him in the arm, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, either way, it doesn't matter because it's a legal shot. You're allowed to hit him in the arms. Canelo would have hit you in the body, but you were blocking it, so he hit you in the arm, which is normal. But he messed his arm up. His arm was messed up. And I don't know when it happened, but it was messed up. Like, dude, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And that just goes to show you, Canelo turned pro at welterweight, okay? He's moved up from welterweight to light middleweight, from light middleweight to middleweight, from middleweight to super middleweight. He even went up to light heavyweight when he fought Sergey Kovalev. So the reason I bring that up is because you would think the higher weight class he goes, the less effective his power would be.
Sure.
His power has gotten better, Brandon. It's ridiculous. The fact that the guy was beat up even though he was blocking the punches. That's what blows my mind. I'm like, the guy was actually blocking the punches. The guy had actually really good defense. And Canelo still hurt him. But like, how do you game plan for that? How do you game plan for your fighter? You're like, listen, keep your defense up, move around, do this, do that. But yet, even the punches that you're catching are hurting you.
You can't game plan for him.
That's phenomenal.
At this point, you cannot game plan for the guy. So when I look back at what we've been through over the last few weeks, couple months, boxing wise, we've really hit the ground running pretty well, I think in September timeframe, but man, we were stacked. Everything was stacked leading into the end. This is the end, really. There's nothing really going on.
It's end of the year,
End of the year. We had some great fights kind of around that Halloween timeframe into November. Would you consider the fights from this past weekend, they were great because we finally got those two guys back in? It's not necessarily the fight itself, but it was the fact that, man, we finally name recognition, and that's what fans wanted. They just needed to see those guys back under lights, and then finally get 2020 behind us and head into the new year.
I think that I see what you're saying. I think it was a combination of both, to be honest, because they were good fights. Both of them. They were action-packed. They were good. I mean, the action was one-sided for the most part on both of those fights. Yeah. But they were entertaining fights. It wasn't like I was watching it was a snooze fest. It was a good fight. Like, they were good fights against high-level professionals. So, well, I say that, but the Triple G one, even though the guy was undefeated Polish guy, and I'm not taking much away from him because he was 21-0, I think 22-0 was his record, but he never faced anybody like Triple G, and it showed.
No one does.
And it showed. But the more impressive one was Callum Smith, who fought Canelo. He had faced high-level pros. Nobody could face a Canelo-level type of person because there is only one Canelo. But he'd fought Rocky Fielding, who was a former opponent of Canelo as well, and he beat George Groves. George Groves was probably his best win before Canelo, which is a good win. He knocked him out even. So George Groves is a former world champion, and he's fought a bunch of the great English fighters as well. So I would say that Canelo's fight was a high-level professionals, like going at it, and take no credit from the Polish kid who fought Triple G. He gave his best effort, but he was outclassed. You could tell from about the first or second round on that he was just outclassed. And I think we actually, to be fair too, we had some crazy score. I don't know, it wasn't that fight. It was a different fight. Never mind. Because that fight obviously ended in the 7th round. But there were some crazy scorecards that night, but it wasn't those two fights. But great ending to the year. I think a good conclusion for 2020 for boxing was it was on fire. It finished on fire. It wasn't like, I would say, like a 4th of July blockbuster fights, but it was great.
And I think the one Saturday, they had, 15,000 there, right?
Yeah, there was, and they were allowed 20% capacity, I think it was at San Antonio.
I think that was 15.
Yeah, so it was, they were expecting like 11 to 13,000, they said, and they ended up having 15,000. Yeah. So it was awesome because you could actually hear people in the crowd. Yeah. At Triple G's fight, which was down in Florida, I don't think there was like 100 or 200 people there. They weren't allowing fans. And you could hear everything. Yeah. It was just very, very surreal. Very just like, I didn't like it because I like the crowd. I like the roar. I don't like to hear fighters breathing. I don't like that. Like, that's just weird. I want to hear the crowd screaming and yelling. I want to see when there's a knockout. I want to see the crowd going for it. I want to see the crowd just like on their feet. Yep. And you kind of had that for the Canelo fight, which Canelo brings people out. He brings people in. He's what's good about boxing because he fights everybody, man. I have to talk about that, is that I consider Terrence Crawford the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Okay? And I have Canelo second. And I've said that on previous episodes. I've said that for the past year or so. But I'm going to say this right now, that Canelo does nothing but impress me every single time he fights. And I know that if Terrence Crawford doesn't fight somebody on the caliber or level of most of Canelo's opponents within the next 4 to 6 months, I am leapfrogging Crawford from Canelo. Canelo's going to leapfrog him, and I'm going to put Canelo at 1, and I'm going to put Crawford at 2. Even though Crawford hasn't lost, so that's what makes it hard to make take the guy down a notch, because he hasn't lost, because he's undefeated. But Canelo is that impressive right now, and he's fighting the best. Terrence Crawford wants the best, but he's got a crap promoter right now in Bob Arum, who's not letting him fight the best. Honestly, he's not. He's impeding that a ton. So I got to put it out there. I think Canelo on my pound-for-pound list, and a lot of people says he's already #1 on a lot of people's, but I have Crawford. I think I will put Canelo there. If Crawford doesn't fight somebody of note in the next 4 to 6 months of 2021, Canelo's a new #1 pound-for-pound on my list. He has to be.
Right. Well, as we turn the page to 2020 and we go into 2021, that won't be next week's podcast, but the podcast after that, we start the year also with a bang, as we're finishing.
Big bang.
Finishing this year with a bang. So let's walk through that a little bit. And, you know what, folks? We're going to have boots on the ground there.
Booyah.
I don't wear boots, but,
We're in Texas, so maybe we should buy some.
We should buy some boots and a big hat.
I like it. I think I will wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You should get a Cowboys hat.
No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Though we will be in
Dallas, Texas.
That's right. So weekend travel. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming bout here. We have Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
It is January 2nd.
Yep.
Dallas, Texas.
Luke Campbell.
Against Luke Campbell, who doesn't have COVID anymore.
Nope, yeah, because the first fight was supposed to happen the beginning of December.
Right.
Luke got COVID. They had to postpone it, so yeah.
And he lived. Amazing.
He did.
I mean, what an amazing thing. Not to digress yet. So let's talk about that, because rumor has it we're going on the road.
So me and B Money are traveling to Dallas, Texas, because Weekend Trav has a fighter that he's training, Ashleigh Curry. She is fighting on the TV portion of DAZN Fights. So I'm training Ashleigh here in Orlando, Florida currently, and I have invoked my podcast partner, B Money, to come with me. Because B Money, one, he can help out a lot with the boxing, a ton. He's going to actually be in the corner with us. He's going to be a great chief second. So we're bringing him for that, but also weighing in with Travis Hardman. We're going to be in Dallas, Texas.
We don't stop.
We're going to be in Dallas, Texas. This is awesome.
The show must go on.
This is awesome.
The show must go on. It continues. And this is the way that this life has brought us to where we're at. So while we're in Dallas, Texas, not only there for Ashleigh and her fight and obviously taking a look at everything else going on there. We are going to be doing as many interviews, as much stuff, and putting content out there as possible, which is why you need to be following us. You need to be subscribing to what we're doing and check out all the stuff and the cool things that we're doing.
We're going to have some special interviews.
And I guarantee we're just going to have some nonsense too, shenanigans. Because we're going to be in the bubble. We're going to be stuck in the hotel bubble. We can't do anything else.
I know everybody, like Brandon was like, when I asked him to come, I feel like everyone was so excited. Like, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to Dallas, Texas. And then I was like, wait, Brandon, though. When we get there on Wednesday, we have to get there we have to pass a COVID test 3 days before the event, which is on Saturday. We get there on Wednesday. So we have to pass a COVID test, and then we can't leave the bubble, which is the hotel.
Woo.
So we're spending New Year's Eve and New Year's in the bubble. So I hope everybody appreciates the hard work that we're doing, because we're going to like dedicate a lot of that to the podcast and to Ashleigh, because we're going to be training her while we're at the hotel.
That's the primary reason we're there.
We're making a lot of sacrifices, Brandon. We are. Like, we're literally sacrificing spending New Year's with our families to go and do this. So I hope people appreciate that, because it's not an easy sacrifice. No. And I know that Ashleigh's making that same sacrifice, because she came down to Florida to stay with me, because she actually lives in Missouri. She's from Houston, Texas, but lives in Missouri right now. She flew here to train with me for a good 19 days, I think it was, before we go out there. And she's been phenomenal right now. Like, we're working through a lot of kinks right now, because it's not even been a week yet. But we've been doing 3 days, everything. So all of this is to prepare her for January 2nd, which you're going to be at as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited, because I think you made a good point. 2020 in boxing ended with a bang. It's going to start with a bang, because Ryan Garcia fighting Luke Campbell is a great fight. Luke Campbell fought Vasily Lomachenko and lost a decision, a very competitive decision on points to Lomachenko. And Ryan Garcia is 20-0, young kid, 22 years old, I think he is. The kid's phenomenal talent. He hits hard. He knocks people out. So it's going to be an explosive fight. And the kid's a freaking social media icon. Mm-hmm. He's got 8 million Instagram followers. He's all over the place. He's on YouTube. He's on every other social media platform you can think of. The kid's super popular. But he's actually really good too. So it's just, I don't know. It's a perfect storm for us, man. It's a perfect storm for Ashleigh to come out there, get a big upset, so we can become even more popular, because we're going to have Ashleigh on a little sneak peek one-on-one interview in a couple of days as well, as part of the podcast.
That's right. So on our channel, you'll catch the next episode of In This Corner, and that's going to be Weekend Trav's interview with Ashleigh Curry. They're going to be discussing, obviously, what's going on from the boxing standpoint. They're going to dive into politics, too, which I think is going to be a very interesting and important conversation to have, as we talk about politics here on this show a lot. But to dive into the whole intertwining of politics and race relations, things along those lines, I think it's going to be a very important listen and follow along. So we're going to have that it'll be out before Christmas. So it'll be on the YouTube channel. If you're following us on other mediums, we're going to push it out as best as possible. We'll probably even get it on the audio podcast sites as well, just like we did with BJ Flores. So we want to make sure we're getting that out to you guys and gals who are listening and supporting. Once again, thank you so much for doing that. But we got a lot of cool stuff coming over the next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being in Ashleigh's corner. We want to see her success, obviously. We want to see her do well and win. And we're not there to lose. We're there to win.
100%.
So we'll talk about Ashleigh specifically in a bit. Walk me through right now. She's about, a week and about 2 weeks.
A little less than 2 weeks.
A little less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So walk us through, for those listening. You're a fighter about 2 weeks out, a little under 2 weeks out. What does it look like right now? What are you in the middle of doing? Talk it from all different angles, from training, from weight management, everything. Where are you at right now within the 2 week go time?
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a rushed thing, because normally I'd like to have 6 to 8 weeks with Ashleigh, and I've only got 19 days with her. So everything's been kind of rushed. And the first week that I have her, Sunday, today is actually a week. She got here a week ago Sunday. So I've been doing 3 days with her. She gets up at 6 a.m. and she runs 2 to 3 miles. She comes and works out at 1 o'clock in the gym, goes, rests, eats, comes back and does another boxing workout at 7 p.m. So 3 days right now. And this week is going to be different, because we're not going to do 3 days, because I wanted to get her weights and her conditioning up. So the first 7 days I told her, I was like, you're going to be tired, you're going to be sore, because we're going to kill your body, kill your legs, kill everything. I want your conditioning to be high level. And she knew it was happening. She's a former Division II basketball player, heck of a basketball player, so she knows the training regimen, sports, things like that. So the first 7 days were just straight conditioning, man. And I literally, her legs were so sore after the first day she was here. She was walking around the house. I was like, there's nothing that makes you feel older than having sore legs, right? She's like, oh, you're not even kidding. But so this week, though, is we're going to spar. The whole week we're sparring because she hasn't sparred at all because we were too busy doing conditioning the first 7 days because I haven't seen Ashleigh in a year. So we had to hit the ground running. And Ashleigh wasn't able to train by herself. So when she first got here, that was her first day of training. So we had 19 days training camp, to beat a girl who is a world champion as well. Francon Cruz is her name. I don't know how to pronounce it for sure, but Francon Cruz is her name. That's who Ashleigh's fighting. So it's been good, but this week is going to be tough because we've been working on a lot of technique stuff because Ashleigh didn't have an amateur career at all. She literally turned pro because she was so athletic that she just picked the sport up pretty well. But so I had to work on a lot of technique. This entire 7 days, every single day, 2-3 times a day, I've been working on her technique, teaching her, literally reteaching her boxing because nobody had ever taught her the basics. Nobody ever taught her little simple stuff, jabs set things up, all of that stuff. Nobody ever really taught her that stuff. So I'm literally starting at square one. And we're making a lot of progress, though. She's a fast learner.
And keep in mind, for those listening at home, she has 20 professional fights under her belt.
She had over 20. She's about 24, 25.
Yeah. So she's not just coming in with a fight or two. So she's been in the ring plenty.
She's got experience. But again, she didn't have, and this is what people who are not involved in the game or coaching or training or fighting themselves, they don't realize that boxing, I think Nate Robinson realizes this, though. But boxing can't be taught overnight.
I don't know. Does he know who he is still?
I hope so.
He got knocked into another planet.
Oh, my gosh. The memes are out of this world. They're still out of this world. But what I'm saying, though, is it's not a knock on Nate, but it's the truth. Is just you can't teach boxing overnight. And even though Ashleigh's got over 20 pro fights, and it blows my mind, but nobody's ever taught her the basics. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating, and she'll admit it. She'll tell you the same thing. Nobody's ever taught her the basics, the form. I got her finally twisting with her left hand, twisting her hips, dropping her knee, all that stuff. Before, she was throwing all arm punch straight forward, and she wasn't even turning her punches over. I'm teaching her to turn her punches over now, all of that stuff. So it's been a work in progress for sure, and I'm gonna have her as ready as I possibly can in 19 days for this. But make no mistake about it, this woman is dedicated. I'm not she's a fighter. Ashleigh is a fighter, and she learns really fast and she picks it up really fast. So far in my early coaching career, she has been the most exceptional fighter in the way she listens that anybody I've ever trained. She literally picks up on every single thing that I say, and she, without hesitation, does everything I ask of her. I'm not literally, Ashleigh, throw a jab this way. No questions. She throws it this way.
Shows a lot.
Then she'll stop and she'll ask me, what do you mean by this exactly? Do you want me to turn this way? And that's what I love. I love some feedback. I love that because I'm very experienced. Obviously, I've had 170 amateur fights, 40-something pro fights. So, I'm very experienced. Sometimes when I explain stuff, I try to break it down as much as I can. But sometimes it's a question. You need a little bit of a question game. So when I tell her to do something, she does it, and then she stops. She looks at me. She's like, well, what about, how do I actually turn it? How do I do these things? She asks me questions on how she can be better, and I love that. She doesn't tell me what she's doing to be better. She asks me questions on what I've already told her of how she can be better, and I love that because she's literally a sponge. Everything I say, she's soaking up, and it's a good relationship with me and her.
Well, it's definitely the sign of her being an athlete her whole life.
She's coachable
and being coachable. So if you're a Division II athlete or even any sort of collegiate athlete, especially in basketball, you've been in a team sport following coaches basically since you're a little kid, and so that shows a lot. She's willing to listen and dedicate herself to what you're teaching because she knows you're the one with the experience. You're the one now in the coaching seat. Yep. If she wants to get better, if she wants to win, she has to listen to the coaches around her. So that's great. That's great to hear. It's going to be, and from a dedication standpoint, it's easy to see the dedication. The fact that she's not home right now this week.
She's missing Christmas.
It's Christmas.
And New Year's.
Yep. To stay away from family, friends, whatever else, be down in the tropical climate of Orlando, Florida. That's great. So I'm looking forward to your time and your session with her I think we're going to record that on Tuesday.
Yep.
And we'll probably get it out on Tuesday as well, maybe Wednesday, but it just depends on edit. So in this corner, that's going to be a great episode, and I think it's going to bring a lot out. It's going to bring a lot to the table.
Yeah. I think what maybe our listeners probably don't know about Ashleigh and me is that, and I don't ever like to bring this up, and I don't ever talk about it because color means nothing to me. It doesn't. But me and Ashleigh came from different backgrounds. We're completely different backgrounds. Mm-hmm. But she's got the same heart and soul that I do. And that's what kind of attracted us to each other and to train together was that. Literally, I didn't see color. She didn't see color. She didn't see a white boy. I didn't see a black person. I seen Ashleigh. She's a good person. I've known her for, I don't know how long it is now, 2, 3, maybe even like 4 years we've known each other. But boxing aside, she's just a good person. And that's what attracted me in the beginning of our friendship was her. She's a good person. And I think it's sad this day and age that politics have muddied the waters for everybody else to even question me and Ashleigh's relationship.
Yeah.
Coaching, pupil-wise, things like that. And I think that I normally don't even feel the need to defend my political party or defend my stance on things, but I genuinely like Ashleigh that much that I'm okay with having a sit down with her. I want to have a sit down where people see and hear how we react and see and how I believe and why I believe the things I believe and why Ashleigh believes the things she believes and why we're still both a good fit for a trainer and a boxer. And it sucks that we have to go through that.
Well, because to be fair, it's not what people have to get through their thick heads is because two people have opposing beliefs or different belief systems or backgrounds doesn't mean that you guys can't get along in other ways, and doesn't mean that you're at a mission or she's in a mission to change your mind. What people have to understand, whether it's on Facebook or their social media outlets or the way we communicate with someone with an opposite perspective, is it's not my job to change your perspective. Yep. It isn't. I have my belief structure, what I think. You have yours as well. Maybe they match, maybe they don't. But that does, if they're at conflict with one another, if they don't match with one another, that isn't all of a sudden a green light for me to change your opinion and you to change mine. We can actually air out our beliefs. It could be, it might not be harmonious, but people can walk away and be like, all right, you believe that, I believe that, fine.
And I think that's why I think this is going to be such a good sit down because I think a lot of people need to see that people can still be friends. People can still be good friends and have a relationship with people even though they see opposite sides of the spectrum. And not everybody's political. Ashleigh's not even really that political at all. And she'll openly admit that.
But
she's
it
not.
does stink that there's this noise in the background, and that's distracting, especially right now. We're in the less than 2 week go time. Yep. So for that to be a distraction is not good. So it'll be nice to kind of air some things out. At least we're going to do a nice Q&A here. And once again, our whole philosophy isn't, we're not here to push our belief structure into someone else's brain. We're not here to, but if someone wants to understand where we're coming from, or where we want to understand where they're coming from too, and just lay it out. And then the viewers, you just listen in. I never have expected when someone watches us rant and rave that they're going to walk away from that video or that episode and be like, oh wow,
I'm changing my mind.
I'm going to change my vote. I'm going to change my mind. Those cats, they know what they're talking about. No, because half the time we end up just kind of rolling on something and we don't even know what we're talking about. But that's usually deeper into the show. We're only about 30, 35 minutes in right now, so we're not there yet.
We'll get there.
But we'll get there. So we'll talk a little bit, I think, after break, maybe a little deeper into the event and just whatever else our talk goes. Before we go to break, because I haven't given it the proper amount of time, I did show off my sweater. I showed it off.
You did.
But we did not give Weekend Trav the proper airtime.
Here we go, Weekend Trav. I love that Weekend Trav is back, though. He's been back for a little bit now, and I love it. I order a new shirt every time. When
we were doing the pregame segment, when we go Facebook Live, and you had that on, were you wearing that during it? No. Before it, and you came.
I did have it on, though,
and you came into the TH Boxing facility with it on. I was like, that's some color. that woke me up a little bit. It kind of like rocked me into place.
I would say that this outfit, B Money, has not been a favorite of. You haven't complimented it like you did my last one.
The color scheme is not bad.
It's almost Florida Christmassy.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Almost.
Yeah. Well, you got the Santa hat. That should work.
That sets it off, right?
So
I'll give
do
my little
stand
stand
up.
up.
They'll see you over here. That's yeah.
Let's get it. Full on.
You got the full on over there.
Weekend Trav.
Right in front of the fresh paint on the wall. The
TH
studio.
Boxing Facilities got a facelift.
So the boxing studio, I call it a boxing studio because this is the boxing gym, but it's also our studio.
Exactly.
So it's getting a facelift, and it's getting slowly but surely. We're getting there. You know, between this and maybe we got to upgrade our furniture apparati. We're getting there.
I like it.
Yeah. And then between
I'm
that,
actually pleasantly surprised.
pleasantly
that it's actually
surprised rather than disappointed is good. So it's getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there, folks. Thank you.
I have to hold on 1 second. I'm looking up there right now, and I thought that I have a black. I missed a piece of the ceiling, and I hit black with it, but it's not. It's actually a moth. Do you see that? I was just looking at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hit black on the white.
I don't know if
and
that'll show up on the video.
It probably won't, but I'm sorry that it caught my eye, and we go on tangents, and I just had to say it because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm so disappointed in myself because I painted this, and I was like, did I just get black all over? And I looked, and I'm like, that's just a really big moth. How did it get in here?
There it is. I have no idea. So
Let's kill it.
let's talk to that moth and break, and we'll figure out where he came from, or she. For those subscribing, thank you so much. If you're not yet, smash that subscribe button. There's also a bell notification icon on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that too. All these things you do to help support us, we do appreciate it, and it helps us out. We're trying to get on that algorithm train, and we have no idea how to do it. So for those that are listening right now, thank you so much. We'll be back in a few moments. We'll kind of get our notes back in line, figure out where we're taking the show.
Talk about our drink.
Talk about the drink a little bit. Talk about Christmas.
Sorry.
That's okay. I just don't know what that was. I mean, I got to make a note of it for edit.
I love it.
Okay, we will be back after a few moments.
Yes, sir, be money. When they see Mario Lopez come in, they're letting him in.
Yeah.
They're letting him in.
Yeah.
And if they don't, I'll fight them.
They're gonna say this is the best wrestler in Bayside High School history.
Ever.
So I did mention about a minute ago before we went on a Mario Lopez rant. We're back. Maybe 2 minutes. We're back.
Mario Lopez is a stud. He deserves the entire
We
episode.
just have wishful thinking. Unfortunately, here's something I've kind of. You're gonna knock my Mr. Potato Head off when you do that.
Okay, wait. Is it worth, I don't think it's worth the risk, but is it worth the risk to say, if I make this.
We're going back. We haven't done this for 15 weeks.
I know. If I make this, we get Mario Lopez on the show. If I miss this, we don't. Is that worth the gamble right now?
I don't
because
know.
It's been 12 to 15 weeks
You're
and I haven't done
throwing
it.
that up to the universe. What is this?
Is it worth it? Is it worth putting it out there like that?
I just assume we're going to get him on the show at some point anyways.
So you know how it works, because that's how I got you, by the way. Can we go ahead and thank Mario Lopez for being on our show? Mario, I just want to thank you. Thank you for taking the time to being on Weighing In with Travis Hartman. Thank you for being on our show.
Thanks in advance. So we're actually going to show this to you in Dallas, this piece of the segment of our show.
So remember this. What's the time? Make sure you know when to cut it.
It's right after the
break,
midway point. Don't shoot that shot. You're going to knock my Mr. Potato Head off.
But I want to make it and knock him off because he's a Green Bay Packer. You guys might not be able to see it, but if you zoom enough, you enlarge it. There's a little Green Bay Packer guy on my mini hoop in my boxing gym, and I don't know how I feel about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it out there in the universe. If I make this shot, Mario Lopez is going to be on our show in Dallas, Texas with Weighing In with Travis Hartman. I'm putting it out there because I think I've only missed 1 or 2 times since we started this whole little me shooting of the hoops. So
I think we have switched. You're in the driver's seat right now, and I'm in the passenger seat. So I'm just letting the show go until you give me the steering wheel back, okay?
But you're the producer. You can cut this shenanigans.
Dick.
All right, I'm doing it. If you're on Spotify and you're listening to us, I'm about to make history because Mario Lopez is coming on our show. It's happening. Well, we should at least get credit that I knocked the guy off at least.
Yeah, you knocked my Mr. Potato Head off. You got to find his pieces later.
You're like, there's like 3 pieces that came off. You told me that I couldn't break him.
Well, I don't know if he broke or not, but okay.
You know what? Ivan Drug, I will break you.
We've lost all 12 viewers at this point.
Well, you know what?
Okay, so
They didn't love us anyway.
once again, we are back, and we are drinking Larceny. Larceny Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, small batch.
Is that like Grand Larceny?
I think so. There's a little keyhole emblem on this thing. I don't know. Established 1870.
Are we going to rate it?
Yeah, we're going to rate it, and I'm just trying to get a feel for it a little bit. I don't mind it.
I got my rating already in my head.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of, I mean, it's not terrible. You know what's funny? Where was I recently? But I tried something that we had many weeks ago, which we actually liked on the show, and I tried it in a restaurant, and I hated it. I don't know, like your palate changes or something.
Maybe it's the company.
I don't know what it is. It was the same. I don't know if it's
Who are you with in the restaurant?
What do you mean? I was by myself.
That's why. It was bad. You're by yourself. That's why.
What?
Sorry.
Where are we?
First of all, thanks for inviting me. Whatever.
It was down the street.
What? Oh my God! Like Mario, we need you. Mario, we need you. Okay. So
Larceny. Larceny. Let's
this.
just kind of get.
Grand Larceny.
Let's try to get this back on track.
Who is? You're the producer. You're supposed to handle me.
I'm never gonna handle you ever.
Of the show, weirdo.
So out of 10 boxing gloves, we're going John E. Fitzgerald Larceny. What are you gonna give it, Weekend Trap?
I'm gonna give it because of Callum Smith's height. I'm gonna give it a 6.3 because Callum Smith is 6'3", and it's not my favorite. I probably wouldn't buy it again because actually it's a little strong on the beginning side of it. I thought my palate before the ice melted, it was a little strong. So when it was neat, it was a little strong for me. And I am obviously a weakling and a little beta male over here when it comes to drinking bourbon.
Oh, no.
I thought it was strong. Too strong. I didn't.
It's a little sharp. I mean, it's a little sharp taste.
At the beginning. But look, I've had how many glasses, though? You could see on the video. I've had a couple glasses still. But, yeah, we've drank a little bit of it. So, obviously, I don't hate it. I keep drinking it, which usually doesn't stop me because I had Proper 12 and it was disgusting. And yet I drank quite a bit of that,
Proper 12 was really bad.
Disgusting.
This
Sorry, Connor.
This is a little sharp. And I was trying to see if there's any flavor to it.
I couldn't
towards
taste
the
something.
end. I have nothing. I just can't find it. And even reading, I don't see anything. It just feels kind of like,
Agreed.
It's kind of up the middle. So with it being up the middle, and I don't necessarily hate it, I'm going to give it a 6.0, which brings us to a 6.15 on average.
Man,
is that fair?
Your math skills are like amazing. B-Money.
B-Money. What was that going to?
Snapchat.
Okay, well.
We don't have an.
Weekend
Don't listen to
Travis.
that because we do not have an official Snapchat. So do not follow my private one.
Here's where we're at. We have the Instagram account, right? Weighing in with Travis Hartman.
Yes.
And every once in a while we throw something up there, it sounds like.
I'll put it on there.
Okay, Facebook, we same thing. Search for us there, Weighing In with Travis Hartman, and then obviously YouTube is the big one, as well as Spotify and iTunes and all that. So just kind of follow those things along, and you'll get us in your feed when we update the audio on those podcast sites. So this Larceny final verdict here is 6.15 boxing gloves out of 10. It's okay. How's that? I don't think that's a good slogan for a company, but it's okay.
And I guess we've had just okay for quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
then again,
it's just true.
So one thing I did want to do, because
It's kind of like your sweater. It's just okay.
Actually, it feels pretty good right now.
It's just okay.
Something I wanted to do And I know it's not our final show of the year weekend, Trav, but it was getting there. But it's right before the holidays.
Oh, B-Money, are you about to drop something big on me right now? Because we did not talk about this.
It's not big. It's just I'm going to drop something.
That's what she said.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that. Hey, babe, if you're actually watching this, could you comment?
Okay, sorry.
So
I went south fast.
No, but I was thinking, you know what? We're getting towards the end of the year.
I went 12-6. Sorry, go ahead.
What are we talking about now? Maybe he has I think Weekend Trav has had most of this larceny because maybe I have my Coke Zero down here. I always drink Coke Zero, but then I have this too. I don't know.
6 to 12. Okay.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, but go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are done. I think you are done.
Somebody out there will know what I'm talking about. I think.
I don't even know what gibberish you're talking over there.
I'm talking larceny gibberish.
Okay. So
sorry for the interruption.
I was thinking about the end of the year. I know it's not our New Year's show. Next week, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about some of the best ofs, right? We've been doing this next week will be our 26th episode. That's almost, actually, that's half the year. Man, what in the world?
Dude, I mean, if you guys have been honest
half a year
with us this entire journey, how awesome is that?
That's amazing, actually.
Did you think that we'd be 26 episodes?
I didn't even think about that. We did start around 4th of July, right?
Did you think we'd be 26 episodes right now?
No, I have a feeling that at some point you would have quit.
You thought that?
Yeah.
Man, I thought you knew that I
thought you would have quit me by now.
I can't quit you, Brandon.
Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So we're at the end of the year. Next week's our end of the year show.
I can't quit you.
We're going to go through the best ofs, at least what we thought from a fighter, knockout, all that stuff. We're going to talk about it, maybe try to get some footage in, talk about our best moments of the show so far, our half a year. Amazing. And then at that point, we're leaving for Dallas on the 30th, so we're going to be in Dallas for several days, and we're going to do whatever we're going to do there, and we're just going to put it on YouTube and everywhere else.
Blow it up. You better follow us, because we're going to have a lot of videos.
So this is kind of like the last real opportunity for us to sit down in a normal format show, which, what is normal at this point? I have no idea. And I was thinking, you know what, out of respect to your dad, we love the guy, and everything else, and we're at the end of the year. Tis the season of glad tidings and whatnot and holiday cheer.
Okay.
I figured.
Oh my God. No, I hate you so much right now. But you got 2?
Well, one for you, one for me.
God, Dad.
I don't say you don't have to pound
my
it.
Father
We're not just alcoholics
has
here.
to know that I have to love him infinity because I hate this.
Terry,
stuff.
this is for you. So I saw this when I was picking up the larceny for us today because, you know what, I'm still waiting for somebody to actually donate a bottle of bourbon or whiskey or rye to us, but no one has yet. So anyways, I know, Terry, this is your favorite. And
which is new, by the way. I was just talking about this last night with Darwin. Some of our friends were watching boxing with. And we were talking about Fireball. And they're like, yeah, your dad drinks Fireball. I was like, that's so weird because my dad never drank Fireball. That's a new thing within the last year. My dad drinks Fireball.
I don't remember.
Of all things. My dad is 60. He drinks Fireball.
I don't remember who actually produces this, but they did such a great job. No, they did such a great job from when they started.
Marketing,
yes. Because, I mean, it went from kind of being a lowbrow sort of thing to now it's everywhere.
Well, to be fair, Brandon, B-Money, this is a whiskey.
Yeah, it is.
It is whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor. You know what? This is all whiskey. We drink a whiskey or bourbon, right? Mm-hmm. Canelo just fought. Well, actually, the name Canelo is not his real name. It's Saul Canelo Alvarez. Mm-hmm. And they say Canelo because Canelo means cinnamon in Spanish. This is cinnamon flavor.
There's not a lot of white redheads in Mexico.
Oh, it's so funny because they're watching that, and most people were like, "They're like, Travis, he looks Irish or something." And I was like, "He's Spanish. He's Mexican. Like, he speaks Mexican."
Yeah.
Oh, wait. He speaks Spanish.
He speaks Spanish.
I just said that.
No,
okay.
he's,
I corrected it.
He looks Irish, but Mexican.
We're gonna do a swig, and you know what? I'm gonna record this for my pops. So this is also gonna be on the episode, but it's also
okay. Once again, okay. First of all, before we do this,
yes, sir.
I'm a 38-year-old man. I'm not pounding anything. I'm not
either.
shrugging this thing.
I'm drinking it.
I might just.
I'll take a big drink.
I'll take a big. Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
This is for pops.
Okay. Plus,
All right.
I missed Price Boxing this Saturday. I went to the gym and lifted instead.
How dare you?
Yeah, but I had an awesome back day. You missed it. It was a great lift session.
Did I miss it, though?
Mm.
I didn't miss it. But I missed it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I'm going to record this.
Over
Pops,
here?
this is in favor. In favor? No.
Maybe you want
in
to
honor,
record
in honor.
it again.
Okay.
You get it all here. You get all of our outtakes, which aren't actually
You're watching.
outtakes. It's part of our show.
Pops, this is in honor of you. We're doing a B-Money bot fireball for you on air. This is live, by the way. If you watch it on YouTube, you're going to see this. So, Pops, this is in honor of you. Love you. Hopefully we see you in Dallas.
This is our holiday cheer.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas 2020. And we will be back next week with our best of show to round out the year.
Cheers, brother.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
It tastes so much better chilled. Oh my gosh. It's not bad. It's like when you were a kid and you had that mouthwash after you brush your teeth and you're like, I forgot to spit it out. I swallowed it. That's what it's like, right?
Wait, did you have cinnamon toothpaste?
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm going to set this aside, though, because I'll do it justice. Oh, man.
This makes the bourbon
That makes me feel 38. I feel 38 now. Okay, so Weekend Trav.
Yes, sir.
We were wildly off track.
Love you, Pops.
We were wildly off track.
That was, you know what? That was very honorable of you. I actually appreciate that because I know my dad will too. That was pretty solid. B-Money. That was very solid.
He's an advocate of yours and ours, and he's a good dude, and I want to support him as best as possible and all the things that he goes through. So
he's also Republican.
Well, that's if he was a good guy and a liberal, I would still want to support him. I just want to support his views on things.
Are there very many of those though?
Yeah, there are. Unfortunately, they don't have a big voice.
I was kidding.
I know, but here's the thing: when it comes to politics, it's the loudest people that you hear, right?
Yep.
So it's only like the crazy loud
extremists on both sides.
Yeah,
on
both sides.
Agreed.
And what gets lost is everyone in the middle. It's like, hey, I kind of agree with that, and sometimes I agree with that, but you guys are yelling so loudly that I just want to walk away.
Agreed. Actually.
So I hope a lot of that comes out in our in this corner episode later on this week.
It's gonna be special.
You know what? Weekend Trav. It's so crazy to me to think that today's December 20th. I don't know when you're actually watching this, what date it is, but today's the 20th. Christmas is literally like 5 days away. Really, depending on how you celebrate, Christmas Eve is 4 days away.
Yeah.
Kids are starting to get all amped up to go to bed, pretty shortly. 4 days from now.
4 days. Yep.
Like
I remember those times.
Today, and I told you this when we were doing our pre-production stuff, I was like, man, today was like crazy. I went to church, I got home, I was cooking a lot, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wrap everything that I got, like for my spouse, my kids. Wrapped it all. And then I sat down for 5 minutes, gathered my gear, and came over to the gym in order to shoot this. I'm like, we're 4 to 5 days away
Yeah, that's wild.
Christmas.
That's wild, actually. To me, that's actually very wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. But you know what, though? B-Money, you probably don't have the same effect as this has on me Christmas because I am a Midwesterner, proud Missouri boy. If you know anything about me, I constantly talk about that, obviously. But winters in Florida, they're tropical. Yeah. It's probably going to be like 60 or 70 degrees. So it doesn't feel the same to me. However, last night, when we were driving to Satellite Beach, it was probably one of the coolest things that I've seen in a while. We were driving, and once we got to the beach, near the beach, there was boats that are out on the water. Every single one of them had Christmas lights. We got a picture of it. It was literally the coolest thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've been in Florida for a while, and I've never seen that. But it was cool because, I bring that up because in the Midwest, my whole wish every year is that we'll have snow on Christmas.
Sure.
It makes it feel, and as a little kid, we're told, my parents kind of made me convinced that it needs to snow for Santa to bring us presents because his sleigh and all that stuff. So I always wished for snow. Yeah. Even though Santa always came, it didn't matter, but I always wished for snow. So I'm in Florida and I'm just wishing for snow in Orlando. It's not going to happen. No. So I have to take the good tidings for what they are, which is the people around me the show, you, your family, all of that, and take it in and really appreciate Christmas.
I've spent, so this month I've spent every day, I don't know if you've noticed this, I've tried not to make it like a big deal, like here's what I'm doing every day.
I know what you're going to say, but I have.
So on Facebook, if you follow me on my personal Facebook page or one of my friends, every day I'm trying to just do something positive. Say something positive, whether it's just kind of what I'm thinking today, maybe putting some pictures up that are positive, highlighting a business or friends of mine that are small business owners. Every day I want to do something like that because we've gone through a whole year where everything on your feed is negative. Yep. And so I wanted to be at least just do positive, not just for you all or for those that follow me, but for myself too. Like, I need to count my blessings. There's a song in a movie called White Christmas called Count Your Blessings. Sorry,
I don't think I've seen that.
It's an old movie. It's my spouse's, one of her favorite Christmas movies. I make fun of it all the time. Anyways, so counting your blessings, really like looking at what are the positive things we can draw. There's got to be something every day. There's got to be something, whether it's, hey, check out so-and-so and his business. He does awesome. You know, I just want to give him a shout out. He's doing awesome stuff. Or, hey, here's my kids and whatever. Like yesterday, I don't know what I actually said that was positive, but I know I put a couple pictures of my kids. We went to this thing here in Lake Nona, the outdoor, quote-unquote, ice skating.
Yeah. It's
not ice skating, dude.
It's not?
No. I've been outdoor ice skating, and it's kind of weird when you do it here in Florida. It was on plastic.
Wait, at Boxy Park?
Yeah.
It's not ice?
No.
I've never been ice skating, and I wanted to go. That's not ice.
You have ice skates.
But it's not ice?
It's weird. So I've been ice skating plenty of times.
I've never been.
You want to go somewhere?
In my entire life.
In Maitland, go to the RDV Center. They have ice skating in there.
I'm down.
There's
I've
rinks.
never been ice skating.
So it is not ice skating. They have like these panels that are plastic. They're interlocking. It's really weird because it's slippery, and you're on ice skates. But if for those that are listening that have ice skated or do whatever, you can't grip right. You can't push off. You can't do anything. So I got out there. I'm like, it's actually for me it was kind of hard to move. Like to actually get going. Like I'm not a great ice skater, but by any means, but I know what I'm doing. I'm not an idiot, but I couldn't push off. I couldn't grip anything. There's nothing to grip on, like your blade to grip into.
Yeah,
it was weird. So we're out there, anyways. I digressed a little bit, but we have these pictures of our kids, and it's just crazy because my kids, like one's 12, one's 10, and they're just getting older, right? And every day it's like the conversations are different now and everything's just a little different. So
it's
wild.
Interesting.
And I have this photo, my son holding my daughter's hand because she wasn't doing very well out there and he was doing pretty good. And he's like kind of taking her along. And I have this photo of them from behind and then another photo of them like my son's arm wrapped around her. I'm already thinking that's already a photo we're going to show at their weddings. Like when they get married, like to other, obviously to other people. But like, it's just like these wild things like, we're not getting any older. We're not getting any younger. We're just getting older.
Yep.
And these are memories, and these are just positive things. So I want to my network share it.
Yep.
And this has got to be a positive deal because a lot of my friends, they've been around the whole time too. They've been around for 12, 16, 20, 25 years, and knowing me or whatever else. And it's like they've seen my kids be babies all the way till now. It's like, that's so cool
about social media.
That is the cool stuff.
You could use it for such a good way, and that's what I love about it.
And so that is why I
applaud you for that.
I've done that this month, and you know what? It might not even be this month. Maybe every day I just do it. Because why not?
Maybe you do that forever.
Why not?
I'm okay if you do that forever.
You know what? At the end of the movie Scrooged, which is my favorite Christmas movie, by the way, we talked about this before we went on air. My favorite Christmas movie, Scrooge with Bill Murray. And so it's the classic tale of Ebenezer Scrooge, basically, but in modern times, modern to the 80s.
Yep.
And
modern to the 80s.
And at the end, he's going
40 years ago.
At the end, he's like giving like the audience or the people on the camera. I'm not going to go into the context of it. Like what he's learned, and it's a matter of like grasping Christmas every day, like taking the joy of it every day and doing what's good and positive for people every day. And I'm like, why aren't we just doing that? Why can't I do that? Very simply.
Every day. Not just Christmas, but
just
every day.
Something positive. Instead of going on Facebook to gripe or saying, oh my gosh, my day sucks because this guy or that person, why even put that out there? Why?
I don't know, because I don't do that.
Find something good. Find something positive of what's going on in your world right now and put it out there. You know what? If you're listening to this now, pause it. Pause it. I don't even care if you come back to the video. Pause it. Go out there. Go on your social media accounts. Find something positive in your camera roll and put it on there. I don't care. It's your dog, your cat, your kids, your family. Be like, here's my family. Just loving on them. There you go. Post it.
Love my beautiful children. I love my beautiful life. I love this beautiful plants. I love this beautiful sunsets. I love this beautiful whatever.
I love lamp.
I love lamp. I love title boxing. I love dog. I love dress.
I don't love fireball.
Travis, are you just looking at things in the gym and saying that you love them? Yes, I am.
So
I love lamp.
So that's my weekly soapbox.
I love Mike.
Is that good?
I love whiskey. I love glass. Can I stop? I do not love the Green Bay Packers. Good try though.
By the way, we won.
Solid try.
We played Saturday. We played a good first half, and that was enough to give us a victory for the whole game. Is Dallas playing right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an update. We won 41-33 over the Niners. That's actually a pretty solid win.
The Niners are really banged up. I'm glad. I don't like either team. I was hoping that you guys would both lose.
Oh, well, the Niners are 5-9, and we're 5-9, so that wasn't even that big of a win. Well, listen, to be fair.
It just hurts you in the draft pick.
As a Cowboys fan, no, it doesn't, because we still have a chance. Sadly,
stop it.
We do though.
Stop it.
Listen, the NFC East is
so bad. It's
also,
been so bad for so long.
But is also nicknamed the NFC Least. It is, and it is living up to that name. But don't tell us we're that bad. We still have Super Bowl champions that come out of our conference. The Eagles just
your
won
division.
it.
Oh yeah.
Division.
You have a lot of Super Bowl champs that come out of the division when they go to another team.
Yeah, you're just not a good person because the Packers suck.
We do sometimes.
No, you're
this year
usually pretty.
No,
good,
this year we're. It's to me what this year reminds me of. It's not. Trust me.
We have your coach, by the way.
I told you from the start he was.
That's why
awful.
we suck.
He was awful.
First of all, he won a Super Bowl with you guys. So how awful is he?
Who really did that though?
First of all, Aaron Rodgers is jack leg of my entire. He's the bane of my existence.
He's just so good though.
He's so good.
He's so good.
But I just don't like him.
That's okay.
He's just.
Dude, you gotta listen to him on Pat McAfee every week though, and you'll start to love him.
Listen,
you really will.
He's funny on the State Farm commercials.
Yeah, but that doesn't
discount
give it credit.
double check.
That doesn't give it credit. He's sitting there.
But him on the him on the football field, I want to punch him in the face.
He's a co-owner of the Bucks. You know that?
Who?
The Milwaukee Bucks. He's a part owner of the NBA team.
I was thinking of like Tampa Bay Bucks. Like,
no,
wait, what?
No.
That'd be illegal probably, but
no.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I can show you. I don't want to.
So much
for
money.
Those listening and watching, I don't want to get too far on a tangent because it's usually the stuff we do outside of the camera.
I think you can do whatever you want.
Well, I can because this is half my show.
Exactly. First of all, this is all your show.
Here's what I want to reiterate to those listening at home, as Weekend Trav types on his phone.
Sorry.
Next week is the final episode of the year for us, and it's also, we've been doing this for half a year at that point, but it's going to be the best of show for 2020. There's always a best of, folks. I know this year for a lot of people has been crap. I get that, but there's been a lot of good stuff too if you find it and look for it. It's a matter of perspective. Yes, is there a pandemic? Yes. Yes, our business is closing? Yes. And I'm not trying to make light of any of this stuff, but what I'm trying to do is help the perspective that there are also positive things at work. There are things like working in the shadows that you're not drawing light to that's actually working positively. You just have to find them and grasp a hold of them and work forward into 2021. You know, in my business, I don't talk a lot about my business here. Usually Weekend Trav.
B-Money is a financial advisor.
There we go.
And I have not thrown that out there. There wasn't a moment where I could throw that out there, I don't feel like.
Well,
but B-Money
I never asked for it.
I know, but you don't have to because it comes up sometimes. But B-Money is a fantastic financial advisor.
So I've been a big advocate. If you know me along those lines, that all this month I've been putting out video content about being financially strong into 2021, finishing this year strong and going into 2021 strong, because not just to help, it doesn't help me, But I think that's just one big facet of someone's life to help the positive outlook going forward. We want to turn the page on this year quickly. I get it. We want to move into 2021, but just because we go to January 1st doesn't mean it gets better.
Exactly.
It is your outlook, it's your
go.
mindset, and it's the things that you're doing currently to help improve yourself into January 1st.
I hope people do not fall into that facade that just because it's 2021, that 2020's woes will go away. They don't. You carry them over. It's perspective.
Yep.
It's how, listen, we can't control the things that happen in our life. A lot of things are uncontrollable. But what you can control is how you react to those things. So change your perspective, change your life, change how you see things, and nothing will ever get you down when you were in control. Control how you see things, because there's a silver lining to a lot of stuff. Be money. Yeah. You know what the silver lining to 2020 is? Weighing in with Travis Hartman.
Bingo.
We started the podcast then.
And half a year ago, bro. Half a year ago. That is nuts to think about.
I feel like, you know what though? As we're talking about this, I feel like that something big has to happen though.
I don't feel it. I know it.
In our year episode. When we celebrate our year episode, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
We're doing something massive.
Yeah.
So
a big fireworks display, because I think that would be 4th of July, right?
I can't remember when we started. Well,
hey,
20,
you know what?
half a year or so.
Go into the catalog of all our content. It's all out there. It is on YouTube. It's on all of our audio. You know, you can find everything we've done. The first week was pretty rough. I know that. But because I told you. I said
pretty awesome.
Well, it was.
I was not a fan of posting it. And you were like, Trap, let's get it off. Let's get it off. We got to go. Let's just do it. Let's just start recording and just go. And we did it.
So, no, we posted about 4 weeks without telling anyone.
That's true.
That's
we didn't advertise
it was there,
at all.
Because I wanted it out there. I told you on your birthday. So when's your birthday?
July 2nd. So we started the podcast before
Okay, and I said
the
I'm going
4th.
to be. No, I said I'm going to be here on Monday. That's what
yeah,
it was.
Yep.
You had your party.
That's right.
And I was like, fine. And Arena made fun of me. I'm like, no, I'll be there Monday.
happening.
We're going to be here Monday, and I'm going to come with the camera, and we're going to record.
And I was there. You thought that I was going to quit by now. I'm just upset right now.
Not because you're a quitter, because I don't think you're a quitter. You're actually the exact opposite. My thought was that scheduling, because you're usually all over the place.
I've made it work.
But you're usually.
So have you.
2020, if there's any positive to the fact that we've all been kind of grounded, is that it's helped us keep this going, because usually you're all over the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
crazy stuff.
Because of that, we've also been able to utilize Zoom and things like that, so we know how to use that stuff. So now, as we enter a new year, maybe with people getting vaccinated, whoever's going to do that, and just be more comfortable in travel, we know how to use these tools too. So the show,
technology's amazing.
The show must go on.
Amen. God bless. Hallelujah.
And the show will go on, and it's going to keep going on for you and me and everyone else that's involved. It's really you and me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And so, anyways, we're having a good time here.
Tens of followers.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Every time we add a couple, it's a huge percentage gain.
We're excited every time. Every time you subscribe to our show, we don't know who you are personally, but I'm excited.
Who's the person that was commenting this past week? Something Stokes? Nate?
Something Stokes. I can't remember something Stokes. Mr. Stokes.
The Nathan?
I think I said Nathan.
I don't want to butcher this. I don't want to butcher this.
But let's call him Mr. Stokes because
Stokes.
I know his last name was Stokes.
Okay.
Don't personally know you, Mr. Stokes, but appreciate you. And
thank you. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for
following us.
I know you wanted us to give some feedback on somebody, on a certain fighter. I'm sorry, we didn't do our homework this week. We're going to.
You know what? Troll us. Message us on this post. Let us know what you want us to talk about on the Year Ender Show, because the Year Ender Show is going to be all about our listeners and all about all the stuff that's happened.
What I love, and I got to get a couple more memory cards, is the moment we get to the airport to leave for Dallas, everything. I'm videoing as much as possible, everything.
It's going to be a journey, bro.
There's going to be so much.
You don't realize how big this is. This is massive, B-Money. This is DAZN. DAZN replaced HBO boxing.
As I had to let my spouse know, because I don't like being away for a holiday. It's New Year's.
I
have a family, my kids, whatever.
And that's
else.
like a big holiday for you guys, right?
It used to be for her. It's never been for me, because I usually fall asleep before midnight. I let her know this.
Touche.
What?
I said touche.
Okay, why?
I don't know.
Because
you fall asleep before midnight.
I don't even know where I was going with this
I don't
now.
either.
Now that I got sidetracked.
Yeah, I feel like you just blamed me for the sidetrackedness, but I just said touche, meaning that you're like, oh, I fall asleep before midnight. You're talking
video
about
content. We're gonna be gone.
And your
I was
wife.
gonna say something.
and-
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
There
The
you
fact
go.
that it's on DAZN, the fact that it's a big card, it's Ryan Garcia. It wasn't like
This is the HBO of-
Weekend Trav and I aren't going away to BFE for bumpkin.
This isn't like a fun, like it is
Bumpkin local show that has like
big time.
It's if it was Bumpkin local show, I'd still be there.
This is
because I'm
actually
here
big time.
for you. I'm here for you and the audience and for you.
First of all, I just looked at you, and I looked you gave the like ice cold squinting of the Latino brown eyes into the camera. And
Am I going to be Latino brown eyes while you're
I
just blue
am.
eyes?
Yeah, but I'm not
Can I
blonde.
call you
I'm not
Anglo?
blonde
What are
hair
you?
though, so
Like, what are you?
I don't. I'm a human being. B money. What am I? I am American,
Well, okay, but
Caucasian.
if you were to do the 21andMe test, what would it tell you come back as?
So we did that. My dad and his girlfriend did the Ancestry.com,
Yeah.
and it came back. I am a majority of what I am is Italian,
Okay.
and then it's muddled with everything else.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can't- German, it's whatever, everything else, European, whatever. But a
I have-
majority of what we are is Italian.
So you have the
Yep.
Italian blue eyes.
Yep, and the big nose. That's from boxing and being Italian.
Okay, a lot of people have big noses.
Yes, but I feel like Italians
So
do too.
I have yet to do any of those,
Uh-oh.
and
You should do- you
everyone
should do
else
it.
has.
You should do it.
Like my spouse has done it, my kids have done it. My side of the family wants me to do it, and I'm like, why? If my father and my mom's done it, then just do the math.
That's actually true.
They're like, well, because your percentages could be this. I'm like, yeah, but it's like, if I just follow the way that math works, why would I be a stronger percentage of this if this ancestor was this, that ancestor was that? I'm not that interested in doing this. And also, I feel like it just gets you further on the grid. Because who actually owns this data?
First of all, here's the deal: is I agree with you about the grid, but I'm already on the grid not because I chose to be, but because my dad did it. You're there. So if your parents did it, you're there.
Yes, but technically I haven't signed my name to. So I don't want some.
You don't have to.
I don't.
You're there.
I don't want some random third cousin finding me like, hey,
You're already there.
I don't like it.
You're there.
Weekend Trav, I don't like it.
You're there.
I don't
though.
like it.
I don't either.
I'm there. We're there.
I've had. So funny story.
What movie? Comment below.
I don't know.
We're gonna start doing.
That's good because
that's a 2021 thing.
We should do
Comment
that.
below.
All right. I love it. New thing.
We're there.
New thing.
What movie is that? Comment below. First comment, get something free.
Yeah, we're throwing free stuff out there. Something.
Done.
I love that. 2021 we're going to throw a movie. Actually, we already do that a lot. But we're going to throw a movie line out there. And if they guess it, we're giving free stuff. You know what's going to happen? Weighing in with Travis Hardman needs some apparel. We got to make it.
We need a better logo though.
Ooh, we got it.
We have
That
the
one-
icon. Is that the logo?
Well, no. Maybe
No,
not.
because we can't put our like.
That's the picture.
All right, so we're
figure it out.
we're gonna
Maybe
be
that's-
updating
maybe
the
that's the
icon. So
shirt.
that's it.
Maybe we'll get a shirt.
Send me the full file of that.
I did.
Email?
Yeah, I forwarded it.
Oh, okay. Hey man, I run a business. I run a household. I got a lot of stuff.
You're a family man, but I'm pretty sure I did though.
I thought you texted it to me.
No, well, I did that too, but
okay.
I know I did forward it.
Well, then I'll look.
Make sure
I'll look.
Brandon J something.
Yeah, let's not go through all of it.
I said
now they can
something.
pretty much guess it. Oh my gosh.
G for Green Bay Packers.
We won Saturday. That's what I care about.
Cowboys won too, so I'm happy.
That's great.
Actually,
There's not many weekends where we've
Hey.
both been happy.
Yeah, you know what? Well, that's bad to say, but we've always been
From
happy.
sports.
But we're gonna be in Dallas. These fights, January 2nd, are at the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks play.
Cool.
I'm actually
Oh
secretly
yeah, are they
low-key
playing? Wait, no, we can't go.
preseason starting. So
Yeah, but we can't go.
we
In the hotel.
Ooh,
We're stuck in
you
the
know what?
bubble.
You know what? Weekend Trav has his ways. We can finagle something because
Finagle.
Finagle. Well, whatever. Tomato.
You Midwest folks, you speak real funny.
Pop.
You call
drink
it pop?
Pop.
So this, hold on.
Pop.
This
Soda
is a
pop.
pop?
Yep, I drink pop. That's a pop. I would have a pop.
Okay.
What would you call that?
Coke or a soda?
Soda pop.
I don't call it soda pop. Sody pop?
Soda popkincy. Wait, so I say pop. Yeah.
Pop is definitely Midwest and like North Midwest thing.
I feel like it's more north,
It
yeah.
is. Usually like
But
Michigan and Minnesota.
Dakotas, I'll usually call out, like when I go to like a store, I'll be like, I'll take a Coke or a Dr. Pepper. I don't say anything, but the actual name of it. Dude, we're not friends anymore.
It tastes like flat, gross cherry
First
Coke.
of all, Mr. Pibb tastes like flat Jerry.
Mr. Pibb tastes like flat
geriatric,
Dr. Pepper, which is even
disgusting
worse.
Flat Dr. Pepper. But Coke and Dr. Pepper, I like. Pepsi, not bad.
Yeah, I grew up drinking a lot of Pepsi.
Pepsi's my third string quarterback.
Love Mountain Dew, but I don't drink it anymore because of the whole keto thing.
Ooh,
This is actually keto friendly. I drink Coke Zero.
For the listeners listening, I don't drink pop either because it's very bad for you.
Yes.
A lot of sugar.
It is.
Let me think. I'm trying to be honest. The last time that I had a pop it's been over a week. For sure.
That's
over a
not
week.
that long.
Maybe longer.
Why you made it seem like hold on.
I used to drink it daily.
You made the listeners are like, wow, it's been a while. Let me think. It's been 6 minutes.
That's why I haven't had one of those since yesterday. But a week is a long time for me. Actually, it's been longer than that, but I was like, I'm trying to be honest. It's been a couple of weeks, but it might have been longer. But I'll tell you right now, when I usually fall off the wagon is when I eat Mexican food. I'll have a Fanta orange.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. Every time I go to a Mexican restaurant, I drink their Fanta orange. Pop.
Fanta's big in the Mexican community.
Well, it's really good, and I feel like it tastes good with the Mexican food and the fajitas.
Really?
And I haven't had Mexican for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Where do you go for Mexican?
Well, I went to a new place. You're calling me out now. I'm going to try to remember it, but it's not far from here.
I just want to know if it's a chain or if it's like real traditional.
I don't think it's a chain, but no, what is it?
Probably it's a chain. If it's around here, it's a chain.
It's over in Eagle Creek.
If it's around here, it's a chain.
It just got here though, but yeah, maybe it's a small chain, but like yeah. So like, listen, I am a huge fan of American Mexican food.
Yeah, no, listen.
AKA Chipotle.
You can find. Oh my gosh.
That's not real Mexican food. So
not.
I know, but it's good. But also, the Mexican food that I'm talking about, I don't have orange Fanta at Chipotle. I don't at all.
They don't have it.
They don't. I drink.
It's owned by McDonald's.
It is not owned by McDonald's.
Well, it's their own stock, but they were spun off by
No,
McDonald's.
it's not.
Chipotle's its own
You
stock.
are wrong. It is. McDonald's. Okay, I love Chipotle, so I'm going to correct you on this because I believe it was 2012, maybe earlier.
They spun them off
McDonald's
into their own
bought
brand.
Chipotle.
Yeah, they spun off into their own brand.
They bought Chipotle and they revolutionized how they did their food and how they prepared all of that stuff. Then they sold it for a massive profit. So now, for like the last 4 or 5 years, McDonald's has nothing to do with Chipotle. So stop it.
I bet you they have some sort of a stake.
Nothing.
Minority
Nothing.
stake.
They sold it all. Nothing. I'm
spun-
telling you,
well,
I know this.
They spun the company off on their own stock. I know that.
It's been their own. It was their own stock before McDonald's bought it. They bought into it and taught Chipotle how to be McDonald's.
Either way, it's gross.
First of all, it is not gross.
I don't like Chipotle.
I don't know what you're talking about because one, you don't like Chipotle. You don't like Chipotle.
I'm not a big fan of the bowl stuff. And
You're literally a Mexican.
To me, that's not Mexican.
That's true. But
them and Moe's is the same thing.
No, it's not. Moe's is no taste.
But
actually,
it does have
Moe's
taste.
is pretty good.
They have
because I've had
better
Moe's.
queso.
But
Chipotle's queso is
first of all, Chipotle just got queso.
It's gross.
So don't even compare the queso because
it's gross.
Agreed. I had it too and don't like it.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing: Chipotle's chips are better. Chipotle has better chips.
Because I feel like they make their own.
Moe's has better queso. And Chipotle has better guac.
True. Chipotle's chicken and their seasoning is better.
I was actually about to say that Moe's meat was better.
That's what she said. But whatever.
And Moe's has the jalapeno ranch sauce is better.
I've never had that.
You need to put that on top of whatever you get at Moe's. Welcome to Moe's.
Here's the deal. I'm about to order some food because I'm starving. I haven't ate all day because I've been in the TH boxing facilities all day. Mm-hmm. Should I order Moe's or Chipotle?
Well, I don't know yet. So here's what we're going to do, Weekend Trav.
I would tell the listeners to vote.
They don't vote live. We're not doing
anything
live.
If they voted, I would starve to death. I'm waiting for B Money, a.k.a. producer, to edit this stuff, and Trav is in his room dying.
Here you go. Have some more of this. Have some more of that. You're not falling apart enough yet. Dude.
That's actually really funny, though.
This is getting kind of funny now. I actually don't want to end it, but I think we're getting kind of close to that point.
Do we ever have to end it?
Don't lick the bottle ever again.
Wait. That's like good in that one too.
Stop. Gosh, I'm just writing a note and we're just licking a bottle. Okay. We got to stop now. We got to really wrap this. This is our Christmas episode. Merry Christmas.
Hallelujah.
Happy holidays. Mad tidings to you.
Stop. Merry Christmas.
Well, I always say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays because some people do celebrate Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and things.
Okay.
I'm just being respectful.
That's fair.
Usually our Christmas card, which I have a Christmas card for you in my bag, it usually says something like Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
I got a Christmas card from one of my friends, longtime friends from my small town.
I saw this.
And they had face masks on.
Yeah.
Even their baby.
They're being funny.
I know, and I laughed, and I actually reposted it because I've had a lot of Christmas cards, and I didn't repost any of the other ones, but that one, I reposted because it is funny, but yet I hate it.
Well, it's like
it was very funny.
So one of my positive posts for December was when me and the family were at Epcot, and we took a photo in front of one of their big trees, and we had a mask on. I said, "All smiles from the Waters crew." And you can't see it.
I know, and I commented, and I didn't even get it.
No one got it. Anyways, so here we are. We're both idiots. But Merry Christmas, everybody. For those listening to my voice right now, thank you so much for being on this journey with us. We've been I can't believe next week's half a year we've been doing this. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you and yours have a great week. I know we've been through a crazy year, but this is a nice time to just spend time with family. Screw the states that don't let you do it. Just go do it. Who cares? Spend time with those that you love and want to spend time with, and be all Christmassy.
Be you.
Be you while we be us. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, Merry Christmas.
Do we ever make sense?
No, we don't. If you're not following us yet, I think you should. But that's my Christmas wish, is for you just to smash that subscribe button.
If you ever want to give us a Christmas present, it is subscribing.
Bingo.
So if you're listening, subscribe. Even if you hate us, subscribe.
Hey, go open a bunch of fake accounts and subscribe, please.
I'm just saying that you guys better like us now, because when we blow up, because we're about to blow up, when we blow up, we're not going to like you anymore. If you didn't if you didn't like us before, why should we like you when we blow up? That's all I'm saying. Our tens of followers, we love you. Mm-hmm. I will love you when we blow up. So you better like us now.
I mean, I think we'll still be appreciative of everybody that's a part of this.
Listen, we will, but don't let them know that. I want them to like us now. I want to threaten them. I want to listen, I want to use a political ploy.
Stop it.
I want to scare them into liking us now.
Oh, that's how it works. Yeah, scare tactics.
I'm trying to use scare tactics.
I understand.
Now you're getting
it.
See?
I understand you now.
Finally.
Okay. Well, either way, here's my scare tactic. Once again, if you do not subscribe or like our content, Weekend Trav is going to get in his sleigh. There's no snow in Florida, but he's going to show up to wherever your house is across the globe, get on the roof, head down the chimney, put some presents in the stocking, take a look at what's in the fridge, maybe eat some cookies and milk that's laid out for him. What's the next step? Wake you up and punch you in the stomach, drag you to your computer at home, go to YouTube and make you subscribe, and if you don't, he's going to punch you in the stomach again. Then once you subscribe, Weekend Trav's going to go back up the chimney and off like a flash, tore up the shutter and threw up the sack. I don't know how the poem goes.
That's true. That was better than I would have done.
And then he says something like, that over there is Weekend Trav.
That there's be money.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.